Good morning, rise and shine, rise and shine. Call out, Yahweh Hashem, Yahshua, Hashem, Bakar Kadash. Double honors to the apostles at the S. Salutations to the elect men, women, and children that believe of the 1/3. Got a little gift for y'all today. Been meaning to go up here to get this right here. Man. And then when you read in the scriptures, I don't have to swear no, I'm just kind of like off the spirit. When you read in the scriptures, man, the Lord talk about the olive tree, in Romans 11, the wild olive tree, which is the Israelite foreigners, and the good olive tree, which is the jakes that grew up in the land, and also could refer to the elect also. Then anytime he dealt with the anointing, and Mashayak, means to anoint. You always anoint it with what? With olive oil. But and it's olives, all throughout the scriptures. And one of the major benefits, you got a lot of benefits of olive oil. But the problem is, see, olive oil does so much for the human body. It's like a universal herb, like cayenne pepper, it's like a universal herb that you will use or just have around. But the problem is that America, 85% of olive oil produced in America is bullshit. It's bullshit olive oil. And the reason they do that is because, the medical system have it to where, people getting sick, and how the medical system want to run or work or function if people are healing themselves. So when you go to the supermarket, and a lot of these olive oils, even though it say extra virgin, this and that, a lot of it's bullshit. A lot of it's bullshit. You had companies, you could look this up, you had fucking mobsters, companies selling a lot of bullshit olive oil. What they'll do is they'll get something like some grapeseed oil, they'll put some chlorophyll in it. What chlorophyll is green. And they'll get a deodorizer and to deodorize the smell of it. And they'll bottle that shit up and sell it for like, $20, $30. But actually it was all bullshit. And when you drink it and when you cook with it and eat it, you think you getting these health benefits where you ain't getting shit. That's like I'm putting caffeine in some ecstasy pills and selling them as ecstasy. But really all you getting is a fucking caffeine rush. But you actually think you're high off ecstasy. And it's sad that life has become to this. You have to research, you have to find these different sources. Now, I ain't gonna be giving y'all all my plugs, man, all my sources. I might go here to buy some of this shit and they be like, we sold out, because they do have a website. But some of my sources I'm gonna keep to myself. And maybe certain individuals I know. But when something good, you can't really, you can't put it out there like that all the time. Some things you keep to yourself. You got a good ass dog. You got somebody steal them. So you got a good woman. Somebody try to, you got a good old fashioned car that, you know what I mean? Somebody comes take it, steal it, shut it down, you know? But, hey, call me selfish, call me stingy, call me what you want. But I'm going to share this one with y'all. This is Dimitri Early Harvest Olive Oil, unfiltered Argarello, extra virgin olive oil. See, when something have to say that, all of that, that's when you know. Now, virgin olive oil is olive oil it's pressed, but it's pressed through heat. And anytime olive oil is heated, it destroys all the polyphenols. Is very important because that's the potency of the medicinal properties. You know, it kills the shelf life, and the shelf life on these are not that long, especially once you open it. You know, so it's heated to extract the oil out. But extra virgin deals with cold press. Now, anytime you deal with cold press, the temperature got to be 80 to about, I would say, 85. Anything over 85 when you cold pressing it, the oil out, you wanted to have like a low temperature, a low 80 Fahrenheit, 80 degrees Fahrenheit to about 85 degrees. Anything over that, I would really even say 84. A lot of good companies press like under 80. You know what I mean? But anything over 80 is like no good. You destroying it. I even had to wait till the morning to do this video because I keep this like in a cool spot. I keep it out of sunlight because that damages the bottle. Actually, this bottle, I'm kind of glad that it's not in a real dark bottle. It's like a cologne type bottle. But it's not good for sunlight. It's a cloudy day today. So and the sun, and it's not that muggy. It didn't get that muggy, not yet. So but that's what you get with extra virgin olive oil. So even though a company, you go to the supermarket, they say extra virgin olive oil, they still might have pressed it. They still might have pressed it at, 90 degrees. Said they cold pressed it at 90 degrees or some shit like that. And, it fucks up the medicinal properties. It says unfiltered. So now, once you cold press, so that's why, but this is the first cold press, because the first cold press, meaning once the harvest come, this is an early harvest, right? So I'm kind of breaking down this label all over the place, but I really should have started from Dimitri's Early Harvest, but I'm gonna touch it. It's a little just all over the place. So when they press it, first cold press, the first cold press represents when the olives are in a premature stage. They didn't ripen yet. And when the olives didn't ripen yet, they smaller and you get less oil out of the olives. The longer it takes to ripen, once it get ripen. Okay, so olive oil, this from Greece, as you can see. The third, they number 3 in the olive oil producing countries. First is Spain, second is Italy, and then is Greece. But the tree that they grow here in Greece is very popular. We're going to get into that, right? So you have the first cold press. So that's coming off the first thing. They got cold presses coming off of the other olives once it ripens. But the early harvest Salaki, I'm sitting a little close to the street, as you can see. I'm trying to raise my voice up a little bit. But the early harvest olive oil, these are the first ones to get cold pressed. And there's very little oil that come out. The longer you take for them to ripen, the more oil it produce. However, the medicinal properties, because this is the balance of the Lord, the medicinal properties are less effective. Very less effective the longer you wait. And these things, these bad boys, these olives turn over quick. So once that early harvest come in, around October and November, you got to pick them. You got to pick them. You got to cold press them and bottle them shits up within the 24 hours to preserve the medicinal properties. You know? So that's when it gets to the first, because people know about cold press, but first cold press, now unfiltered. Now, meaning they don't have a machine to filter out little particles from the olives. Of course, the olive, once they get crushed and they get the oil out, they throw the olive away, or they save it for the garbage olive oil and to try to extract more out of that later, right? Or toss it out. But a good company will just toss the olive away once it's crushed. You know, you can eat it, you can still eat it, but once it's crushed, or they make a salad out of it, but you know, after a while, once it's picked, it's sitting in the sun, it's crushed, you know, after a while it goes, that's it. So, so this is separated, and it says unfiltered. So I don't know if y'all can see, but real good olive oil, it's unfiltered, so it has like a white paste at the bottom of it. See, it was in the cold for a bit because it's tight in the AC area, but like it have like a white, and it's cloudy. You know, they say if you want to test your olive oil, you put it in the refrigerator, but don't do that. Because once you bring it once you elevate temperatures with it and pull it out, pull it in the refrigerator and see if it clouds up. Now, that does work, but real good shit is going to be like kind of cloudy. You see that? It's like a dark green, cloudy, like how the bottom of the ocean look. You can't like see like through, and this is see-through glass, you know? And it says what? Unfiltered. So meaning once they crush the olives and get the oil out, they not sitting up there, with a machine to filter out, different particles and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So just like if you was making weed oil, right? You would like strain different particles out so different particles won't get in the weed. Same thing with a beehive, right? A lot of good honeys have the beehive in it. That's a marketing strategy too, because the hive will take up some space in the bottle and you're not getting that much honey. But a lot of the good beehives may have a hive in it, or you might see a dead bee and a dead fucking bumblebee in your fucking beehive, a yellow jack. You're like, yo, this fucking beehive, I bought some honey with fucking, shit had like 3 bees in it. So, I mean, that's how you know is what? It's unfiltered. It had an unfiltered process. So, Salakia. And it's a nice thick bottle. I like it. If I dropped it, probably wouldn't break. It definitely might chip on how the corners are. So let's look at some of the facts here, because a label tells you everything, right? A label tells you everything. So I'm going to tell you how to distinguish good olive oil, right? So for one, trans fat must read 0. If you got olive oil and the trans fat read 2%, 3%, that means it's 5%. That means it's traced with other oils outside of olive oil to help stretch it. other processed oils, to help stress it. So your trans fat must be 0. If you ever went to the supermarket and you seen people reading labels, now people see, once something has a name, you know what to buy. So in the righteous world, you'll just buy any old olive oil. But you would know which brand to get based off with olive trees. Because people are like, oh, olive oil is olive oil. No, the fuck is not. And that's what's wrong with our people. Oh, just get it. A tire is a tire. Oh, just get it. Jelly is jelly. Oh, just hurry, just fucking buy it. Olive oil is olive oil. Especially the nigga woman. But olive oil is not fucking just olive oil. Even if they was all properly produced, you got different olive trees that the olive oil comes from, like Arughello, Salakia. Arughello is basically off of the Koroneiki olive. Now, the Koroneiki olive is basically a type of Kalamala olive, which comes from Kalamala, Greece. Like they say Kamala Harrison, but it's Kalamala. Right now, she like the world's hated, but it's Kalamala olives. And when you look it up, the Kalamala olive is one of the best, I would say the top 7 in the world. Now, there are hundreds of different types of olive trees, but the Kalamala olives and the Koroneiki, which come off of because Arughello is just a way of saying it, another way of saying it. Hemo is just another way of saying blood, but Kalamala olives produce the Koroneiki, which is a type of Kalamala. So you want your trans fat at 0, right? Boom. As soon as you see on the back, it says high polyphenol count, low acidity, right? No cholesterol. Because really, it's supposed to lower your, we're going to get into that. But the polyphenol count, right? Let's deal with polyphenol. The polyphenol count is important. Now, on this bottle, it doesn't say it, but guess what? They got they got a QR code. That's like a digital fingerprint for someone's business, right? So, the high polyphenol count, the polyphenol deals with the medicinal properties in it, on how strong it is. Like THC is in weed. This is the polyphenol count, and the early harvest got high polyphenols because when you pick them before they ripen, now that's when you get a little bit of oil, but you get the best, the strongest produced shit ever. And it has wonderful effects on the body. It's just like a banana, right? When you get a banana while it's green, it didn't ripen. So imagine, you getting it from green, then it goes to yellow, a greenish type yellow, it's about to ripen. Then once it go to yellow, then it starts going bad when you start to see it go brown. So the same thing with olives. You know what I'm saying? You got a light green, a real light green, like a lime green. Then it gets like a grassy green to a dark green. Then it starts to blacken. Those black olives are no good, but they produce a lot of oil, right? But the medicinal properties are like down. I won't say they no good, but the medicinal properties are down. The polyphenol count may be under 120. So 120 milligrams per kilogram, that's when your polyphenols is low. 120 to 220, 250, that's when it's like medium. 250 to like 320, 350, that's considered high. Milligrams per kilogram. 350 to 500 is extremely high. And anything over 500 polyphenol count, milligrams per kilogram is just like out of this world. So the polyphenol count on this is 726 milligrams per kilogram, which is amazing. Now you get some out there that's like 1,000, 1,200, and best believe you're gonna pay for this. And what I paid for this bottle, I paid $25 lovely dollars, $25. And guess how much they give you? You only get 200 milliliters. This is only 6 ounces for $25. But guess what? That is still a deal. I'm telling you, some real good shit like this. Look up Atlas Gold Olive Oil. Man, they charging like $500. The silver, they got the silver brand, the gold brand. Not 500, 300 and something dollars. You know, and you don't get much of it. I forget the amount. It might be a little more than this, but you don't get much of it. But for this to be running damn near, you know, running neck to neck, and they selling it at really on some real shit. This is like I might start a fucking business, man. I might start reslinging these motherfuckers, man. I just got a business idea, y'all. You know? But people don't know shit, especially our people. It's funny. They not considered about labels, brand, what they put in their spirit. They not considered about labels, brand, what they put in their bodies. But when it comes to what they put on their bodies, that's what they considered about. The brands, the labels, you know? And then people don't even know about, like, okay, you bought this Michael Jordan shoe. Break down to me how it's a good shoe. What type of rubber is made from? What type of cushion does it has? What's the thread count? What is that? People don't know all of that shit. They just copycats. You know, most people say, it's a wise saying. Everybody was born original, but most people will die copycats. You know, so people don't even know the breakdown of the labels of the brands that they're using, you know. But hey, the beautiful thing about the Lord and the scriptures, we learn all of this dealing with the scriptures. Serving one tablespoon, right? So you do not want to cook with this, by the way. You do not want to cook with this. If anything, you pour it on a salad and eat it. But really, this is like medicine, really. Know what I mean? But your food is your medicine. Your medicine is your food. But you could get a larger bottle. Really, they even got a deal on this. This is 1 for $25. You would think it would be 3 for $75. Actually, they knock them down to $20 a piece if you buy 3. So you could get 3 of them for $60, right? So it says low acidity, no cholesterol. Now, one of the health benefits of this is cholesterol. Now, a lot of people, like 70-something% of Americans, suffer from heart failure, congestive heart failure, or heart disease, period, or CAD, coronary artery heart disease. You know, I butchered that a little bit. That was a tongue twister. Coronary artery disease, which is the blood vessels of the heart, right? So this is going to get your blood vessels, you know, you got heart issues, heart problems, man, you need to take a shot. I mean, taking a shot of this every day, depending on where your money at. But, you know, I would just take, like, you know, I would take like a teaspoon in the morning, and because a shot might kill this little bottle fast, right? Because a shot is like 50 milliliters. This is only 200 milliliters. So this shit, you're going to be like about 5 days on this motherfucker. So, you know what I'm saying? So, like, shit. But now, see, I got the source. I went up there. I did not buy this shit online. I went up there. I took my ass up there. I drove up there. So let's go look back to the label. I might could work something out with them. Like, yo. And you know, they fuck with me. They possibly Jakes. They look like Edomites. They straight from Greece. Had an older, fine-ass Greek woman. She had to been like 50, man. But you know how you meet them fine-ass old, and I ain't even really into older women like that, but nice smile, vibrant as hell. As soon as I walked through the door, she's smiling and grinning and very welcoming. I forget her name, but I'm not really dealing with women right now. I'm on monk mode. I'm on strike as far as Eve, just focusing on a lot of better things. But when I come off a strike, you see me come through with a Greek lady, man. It might be her, man. It might be her. But anyway, or if you see me with these shits for the low, man, you know what I'm up to, man. But I'm just bullshitting. Okay, let's get back to the, it's 26 minutes in, but hey, man, fuck it. This is some good shit. Okay, so one thing about the polyphenol count, let me touch on some other thing, health benefits. It's good with memory. You can look it up, Kalamata olive, health benefits of Kalamata olive. One thing about the Kalamata olive also is that the Kalamata tree is producing Kalamata grease. It's a rare tree. They're becoming more popular throughout the world now because people getting the seeds and growing them. So you could get Kalamata trees from like olive oil from other places now. But why not get it from where it's originally grown? But it helps with, it got vitamin A, vitamin E, iron, calcium, vitamin C. So one of the things about the Kalamata olives is one of the most expensive olives because it has more properties. It has more vitamins, more health benefits than a lot of other type of olives. And not just that, the Kalamata olive is purple. And you know the color purple deals with royalty. So it's not green. So that's one thing about the Kalamata olive. You know what I'm saying? So couple of health benefits. Y'all can look that up yourself, but it works wonders. Probiotics are natural probiotics. But the main thing out, it'll definitely better your cholesterol. Now, when it comes to cholesterol, you got a good one and a bad one, right? So you got HDL and LDL. HDL is good cholesterol. So it's going to heighten your good cholesterol and it's going to lower your LDL, your bad cholesterol. So if you suffer from, now of course you got to have a decent diet dealing with this. I mean, I'm not saying a perfect diet, but a decent diet. You don't want to buy something like this and just go to fucking Kennedy's Fried Chicken and gobble down 6 chicken wings. And then you're going to wonder why your cholesterol level's still low or still breaking even. So you can't dump junk on top of the goodness, right? So one thing about good olive oil, right? It tell you where it's made. See, product from Greece. See, other brands might tell you where it's made, but they don't tell you who it's made by, right? And then they tell you who it's imported. So a label might say product from Italy, imported from Italy. But that don't really tell you nothing. It's no accountability. And it's no traceability. And a lot of olive oils be like from 3 or 4 different countries. They'll be like, the bottle might say olive oil from Spain, Italy, and Greece. And you like, what? What the fuck? So like the more hands it go through, and it can still be pure, but the more hands it goes through, and the more things that, you know, like it touches on, as far as like these different countries, it's no traceability. Because if something wrong with that olive oil, or if it's not what it said it is, people could actually sue. But when there's no traceability and there's no accountability on a bottle, that's when you know you're dealing with something possibly fictitious. So It says what? Product from Greece. Packaged by George S. Valhos. So it's telling you that's what? Accountability. So somebody putting a name on it. When somebody put their label and their name on something, that's when you know something is official. But when nobody want to claim something, like you got a woman around here, they be like, and there's a lot of people there. And somebody be like, yo, who woman is this? Somebody speak up for her quick if she a good woman, but if she's a whore, people will turn their back. That ain't my girl, because it's an embarrassment, right? Or somebody might walk through the door holding a girl hand to let everybody know, look, this is my woman, don't fuck with her. Why? Because she's dear to him, she's precious to him, and she mean a lot to him, and she's of value, and she's of quality. A lot of people, you got a real good woman. A lot of people don't even want you around a woman, want you seeing them. They don't want no chance of you trying to steal her, take her, or do anything because she's that good. And y'all, hey, you lucky I really shared this video with y'all. I might take it down. I'm just bullshit, right? Imported. So they got who imported by, which is them, right? Devon Imports LLC, Baltimore, Maryland. Greek Superfood, Timonium, Maryland. That's where they at. So what? Packaged by them. Well, they got the actual guy name. See, they fuck a company. They got the actual guy who packaged it, right? Imported by them. Because Timonium is like maybe 25 minutes from here, right? Packaged and distributed by exclusively by them, right? So that's like you got a car, right? And the police pull you over. Now your car is in your grandmother's name. Your registration is in your girl's name, and your license, of course, is in your name. So when the police pull you over, he gonna be like, yo, even though the car like is like good, but he gonna be like, yo, who car is this? Like shit is not adding up. And one thing like about truth and things in life, like Jake say, yo, shit not adding up. Like you tell a story and it's not adding up, you look suspicious. Like when police question you and things not adding up, you look suspicious. In 2021, when the feds came and questioned us, especially me, when they questioned me, I told them the straight up truth. Anything they wanted to know, looked them dead in his eyes without blinking and told them direct, straight up truth. Because Yahweh Shah is direct. Yahweh Shah is truthful. There's nothing to hide. Some people like, get a lawyer, get a lawyer, get a lawyer, get a lawyer. Nah, Yahweh Shah is the lawyer. It's nothing to be, we ain't do shit, we ain't had nothing involved with that. Tell the straight up truth. And he shook my hand afterwards because he was like, you an honest man. You said you was coming in here, you came in here, you an honest man, this and that. So the truth adds up, right? Packaged by them. And not just that, they left a website and a QR code. Check that out. If you got any questions, here's our website. If you want to find us, locate us. And it says what? Store in a dark and cool place. So what bottle? Now, compared to other bottles of olive oil, who's telling you that? And you got to deal with price too. You get what you pay for. A bottle of their olive oil, is like, for a 16 ounce, it's like $30. About, not the early harvest. When you deal with this early harvest stuff, you dealing with the top dog, the first cold press. Early harvest, you dealing with the top of the food chain. The high polyphenol count is on the website. See, the polyphenol count's not up there, but it's on the website. What it says right here. Our early harvest Argarello is handpicked and pressed early in the season from unripened olives and separated from the rest of the harvest for its medicinal purposes. Extremely high polyphenols. Drink a teaspoon daily before breakfast for its full health benefits. This oil has been known to help with cardiovascular disease, control of weight gain, better digestion and gut health, mitigation of diabetes, because it helps, it prevents carbohydrates from breaking down into sugars, and as well as lower of blood pressure and cholesterol. Woo! Right. This statement has not been evaluated by Food and Drug Administration. Now, when the label says that, you know that shit is for real. You know it's for real. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure or prevent any disease. That's that disclaimer. That's that disclaimer. So you know, man, woo. And when you drink this, it's like, it got this like parched, it's gonna like make you cough. Got this like parched, pepperminty type taste. It's gonna like down there and make you cough. Then they got the QR code. Now on the QR code, now you gotta drink this fast. Once you open it, any olive oil was good for like 12 to 18 months. So this came off of the harvest of 2023 and 2024. So the harvest came in October 2023 to January, but the early harvest is the first 2 months from October to November, and they very small olives and they produce very little oil. That's why they said it has been separated. Has been unripened olive and has been separated from the rest of the harvest, and because you're only going to get, once the harvest come through, they only might have, like, depending on how big your farm is, you only could produce, because once the early harvest time passed, once November passed, that's it for that year. So they only might produce 1,000 bottles, depending on how big. Now, something like this, they're not going to sell you nothing like this in a large quantity. You're not going to get no fucking 32 ounce of this unless you go to the source. Now, I've been going to the source. Like, you go to them, you talk to them, you meet them, you look at them, you shake their hand. This is a family-known business. They've been around forever. What did it say? 1804. Right? And you get the inside scoop of plug. But going through a website or something like that, they not going to deal with you like that. But they get used to seeing your face. They get used to that. I could personally get a 32 ounce. And I might only pay. Now, I'm not going to say they're going to rip my head off, but I don't know. They might charge me like $200 for a 32 ounce. Or $150. I don't know, but that's where you work deals out. They used to seeing your face. You bring them business. I'm a social type guy. Hey, that lady in there, fine. She was there in like 50, 52. Fine. Good, good looking woman. Like I said, you see me with these for the low, man. That might be the reason, right? So, that's about it. Let me see what else up here. EVOO, extra virgin olive oil. And they got, I can't leave that out. The date. See, it says May 2025. So, I'm going to drink this way before then. You do not want to buy this, but once you open it, you want to drink it between 30 and 60 days. And you want to keep it in a cool place, and you want to keep the cap on because it oxidizes faster. You don't want it on a stove. You don't want it around any type of heat. So, and if you could tell, this is on point because on the website, they got a harvest date. I just quoted when the harvest was. It was from October 2023 all the way to January 2024. which is the 5-month harvest, and it's 18 months after that is around May 2025. So these people are on point. So if a bottle doesn't give you an expiration date, because olive oil is like milk, you know what I'm saying? It lasts longer, but it's like milk. So like if you don't get an expiration date on your bottle or a harvest date, don't fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? Or buy what you can buy, but I'm just showing y'all the good stuff. You scan that QR code, it'll take you to the website. Any questions you got to ask, you want to ask this and that, they gonna break it down to you. Now, they don't have a phone number up here. Do they have a phone number? They don't have a phone number. I think they store dude might have the number, but I'll go up there and I'll talk to them. Like I said, I'm a social type guy. So I'll go up there if I ain't doing shit, I got time, I'll sit there and talk to you for an hour. I know my shit too. So I ask you, what degrees was your olive? They looking at me like this nigga on another level. What degrees was you cold pressed this? When was your harvest? What's the polyphenol count? What's the milligrams per kilograms on your polyphenol? What type of olives these came from? You know what I mean? And she broke it down, because I really originally met them at a Greek Fest in Baltimore, because every year they do a Greek Fest, and I ran up in there to get me some lamb, and I seen them. They was like, look, we got a spot in Timonium, blah, blah, blah. So I started questioning them like, oh, word, let me see your olives. I didn't buy none at the time, so I'm going to come up there and check y'all out. And, you know, a man got to keep his word. So I came up there like, yo, so, like, what type olives these come from? You know what I mean? Oh, she was like, Koroniki, you know, this and that. I didn't know actually Koroniki was from the Kalamala at the time. You know, I was like, oh, what are you, I was like, but she did say they were in the Kalamala family. You know, I was like, oh, okay. So she was like, Koroniki, you know, what's the polyphenol count? She said it close to 1,000, but 700 is enough. That's not really too close to 1,000, but dealing with olive oil, it is. So she was like above 800, close to 1,000. She didn't give an exact number. Then I was like, you know, she was like, we are a family business. We handpick our olives, this and that. She broke it down. Then I was like, when was your harvest? I was like, when was the last harvest? Because that's important. Then she was like, oh, our last harvest it started in October 2023. So I'm like, oh, okay. Then I looked at the expiration date. Then I was like, okay, October 2023, and the harvest ended January 24, 5-month harvest. Okay, so 18 months from now. Then I look at the sale date. I'm like, that's around May 2025. All right, you on point. Then I'm like, you know what? You official with it. I'm like, I'm going to come up there. I'm going to jump on some of that olive oil. And that's exactly what I did. I cannot wait. I will not be anointing no brothers with this motherfucker. I won't even anoint myself with this motherfucker. This is going straight into the body. However, it is great for skin. It is great for skin. Anti-aging, you know. I be working a lot. I got like these bags under my eyes and shit. But, you know, that could get fixed. But, you know, that also come with age and shit. The grind also, but definitely help your skin. I probably don't. I got like little shea butter, different shit I be using. I probably don't. Hey man, I get a nice little plug. This is not to be losing as lotion. This will be some expensive as lotion. I would take them additionally first. They got the regular Harvest brand, which is good too. You know, that's like a Acura. Acura is better than Honda, but Acura is kind of like top dog. A Honda is like, yeah, the Honda's good too. This Honda's good too. They good cars. They last. They got decent, strong engines, especially the old Hondas. But it's like Acura. Nah, Acura the big homie. You know, that's like Camry and Lexus. Because a Lexus ain't nothing but a fancy Camry. You know what I mean? They both made by Toyota, for y'all that didn't know. But this is the fucking Lexus. Now, you could get the Camry, the XSE, the XLE Camry, and that'll be the regular Harvest ones, you know, and that's a little more affordable. You could cook in this, you know. I won't cook in this one. Hey, my money get a little better. I might start cooking in this, but you could cook in it. you know, because it's not, fried foods is not bad. It's just the oil you fry it in. That's what make it bad. So you put this on some of your chicken or your food, put it in the air fryer. Oh man, this will be lovely. I make some greens. I make this hot type collard greens, and I probably not the whole pot, because I waste a lot of this. Not waste it, but I take a portion of the greens out and sprinkle this on some of the greens, and that pepperminty type, because it give that when you eat this, it's gonna give a little kick to it, and that's what you want. But hey man, 45 minutes in to break down this label, to break down this, I know it's long, but that's the shortest I can make it. I wanted to keep it under a half an hour, but I knew, man, talking about this, talking about olive oil, talking about the bad stuff out there. Hey man, shout out to them, Dimitri. Hey, that's even a Greek name, Demetrius. That's a Greek name. Algarello, that's Greek. All is the purest of all, first cold press. Oh man, this is lovely, man. This is lovely. Oh man. Woo! Hey, with that, Shalom. Yahweh Shem Yahshua Shem Rakakadash. Hope that was edifying to elect, man. You could get your hands on some of this stuff. Even if you don't want to constantly buy it, just to try it out. Man, I probably go back up there and they be like, we ain't got no more. Because this stuff in particular, they only produce a certain amount based upon the harvest. You know, so, hey, it is what it is. With that, Shalom.